Hello guys, my name is MD. So today video we are going to talk about the Node.js API development. If you have solid understanding about the JavaScript, you can continue this video. If you are not and if you are absolute beginner with the JavaScript, please I suggest to go to some other YouTube channel and watch some video to get some solid understanding about what is JavaScript and get some fundamental from that and come back to this video and continue this Node.js API development. So before we are talk about the Node.js into the code, we need to learn some other technical terms, what is going on and what is it. We need to know about it. So first of all, we need to understand why we use Node.js and where we are going to use this Node.js. So if you are know about this server, this is the correct place we need to use the Node.js. So Node.js is a server-side scripting language built by JavaScript. So we can use the JavaScript to build the Node.js server. We have already lot of server languages, PHP, Go, Ruby, lot of things are there. We are covering all the Node.js fundamentals and how to build the server and how to serve all the contents. This is the goal. So first we need to understand what is server. Server is a computer that runs 24/7, which means all the day it was running. But normally our PC, it's not like a server because we are only run our PC or laptop for couple of hours or only few hours, whatever the usage you need to done. But in terms of server, it needs to be run all the day and all the time. If server was down, client cannot get anything from the server. They don't know about your website or whatever the web app you are using. This is our client. So we are the client to request some content from the server. If server properly respond to that particular request, you can get some information. Otherwise you won't be get anything from the server, so you cannot see anything from the website. So the server is most important role in the web development. So in web development we can split out into two types of it. The first one is front-end development and the second one is back-end development. The back-end development is the backbone of the web development. Without back-end, you cannot do anything. You can only do the front-end things and only serve the static stuff. You cannot do any dynamic stuffs. So before we are going to make our actual server with Node.js code, we need to know about couple of technical terms, that is port. What is port number? Every PC, all the process are running some port numbers. Port numbers nothing but we need to identify that process was running that particular ID, something like that. So in computer, if you are start up your computer, so antivirus all the time was running. So that antivirus is a process that was taking some process ID. So that ID identify that particular process. So if you want to kill the process, if you want to close the process, you need to close that process ID. So similarly, all the process, whatever you are running the browser or if you are running the VS Code or anything you are running in your PC, it was assigned to that particular port ID. That process ID was used for that particular application. So for example, we know about it, HTTP and HTTPS. By default in every PC, HTTP take 80 number port and HTTPS 443. So like that, we need to create our Node.js server by using JavaScript. But here we need to mention the port. What is the port we need to assign that particular Node.js server? So whenever the request come from the client, that client refers that particular port and that publication running on that particular port, so anyone can access the application by using that particular port. We will talk about in detail in later. Let's see what is the REST API. So REST API is nothing but we have a client machine, and we also have this server. Whatever you are visiting in your mobile, you are the client, and whatever the requested website come from somewhere else, right? In the world, this website is storing somewhere else and come from somewhere. So that place and that server who is serving that content is called server. So server might be connected with database, might be connected with third party services like Firebase or Amazon AWS. So server was handling all the stuffs behind it. We don't know about anything. Then after processing every information, so client made the request to server. What is the request? Depend if you are viewing your profile information, or if you want to submit your form, or whatever the request made by the client is going to the server. So the server process that request and return the response to the client. Here is the takes place the REST API is come from. REST API means we are doing all the things by using request and response, right? So you can do all the operations by using the APIs. So what are the operations are there? What we are going to make it? So first we need to understand CRUD operation. What is the term means the CRUD operation? So the CRUD means create, read, update and delete. Whatever the information you have in database, you need to call the server to create it. If you are read from the database, that operation is actually called read, and update and delete. Whatever your operation performing the front end, that CRUD operation actually done by the API service. So the REST API is served all the things to you by using this operation. So what we can make the REST API request to the server, what we can get. So if you want to create some content, you can use the post request. If you want to read something from the database, you can use the get request, and if you want to update, you can use patch request and delete request. So I will explain each and every request with an example in the code session. So before we are jump into the code, we need to install couple of the things before to run the Node.js server in your PC. So open your browser and visit nodejs.org. Here you can see the two versions. You can download the LTS version. Then after downloading the LTS version, you need to install. I was already downloaded and installed in my PC. I'm going to open my VS Code to start my Node.js project. So I'm going to click file and click the open folder wherever you want to open your folder. So first of all, we need to open the command prompt here. If you are using the VS Code, you can click the bottom icon and open up the terminal. Here we need to create our project. So before, make sure that if you are installed Node.js and the npm package manager, for that you can type node -- version. Then it was showing 15.3.0. I was installed the current version and also type the npm version. So currently my npm version is 7.7.6. okay, that's good. So we are going to initiate our project. For that we need one command, npm init. If you are type and enter this, it asks couple of questions to you and you need to answer them. Then after our package.json file will be created. So my name, my package name and version, description, endpoint, server.js and test. Okay, everything is good. I'm going to type yes. So my package.json file was created. So this file contained our basic overview of the projects. So here we can know about, we need to add couple of scripts, we will add it. We need couple of dependency to create the Node.js server. We are gonna use Express package in this video. So I'm going to type npm install Express. So Express is a library to create the Node.js server within few commands. So I'm going to install it. Okay, after install that Express package, you will see that node modules contain all the dependencies. So if you are looking into the package.json, the dependency contain what is your server dependent. So when we are using Express to create the server, so we are installed the Express 4. Then we are create our server.js. This is our startup file when we are set the entry point. So here package.json contain the main tag. So main key contain the server.js. If you are using server.js, you need to put servers.js. Otherwise, if you are using index, you need to put in index. Okay, so this is the file we need to start our server. We are going to create all the commands in this file. Then I'm going to import the Express to create the server. For that, we need initialize Express equal to, for importing the node modules, we need to use require. Then I'm going to use Express. Then after importing the Express, we need to create the app. After importing the Express, we need to use the Express function. It was written some kind of object, so that object is stored in that app. So we can use that app variable to create and initiate the server. So finally I'm going to app dot, when you are type dot and type control plus space, you are seeing all the functions what we can use. So we have listen function inside the app object, so we can use that. And that app object listen function actually accept two arguments. The first one is the port, which port we need to start the server. I was already told you what is port. So we are using port number 4000 to start the server. And after creating the server, after mentioning the port, we need to put some callback function to know about server was running or not. So I was console log server running on port number 4000. So that's it, our server was created. That's pretty simple. So I'm going to type, after create these commands, actually we are created the server, but for running our server we need to add some couple of script commands. So currently we don't need the script, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then I'm type the start command. So start contain node, what is the file we need to start. So I'm just type my file name and then save it. Then everything set up fine. Then I'm going to type in the command prompt, just npm what is the tag you need to run. So in the package.json I need to run the start tag, so I'm just typing npm start. If you're using different kind of tag, we need to change the command, we need to change the npm run, what is the tag you need to use that. So for starting we can, this is kind of default one, so we can directly use the npm start. So finally our server was listening the port number 4000, but our server does not provide anything to the front end. For that, what we are going to do, so we are going to serve something to the front end. So here we are defining all the request and response. What is the request I was told in the beginning? So we are going to create it. So first I'm going to create the get request. So the get request is app.get, the get function that accepts a string. What is the route you need to serve? Initially, all the endpoints contain the root route, so we are going to mention the root, and then the callback function accept request and response object. So the request and response object is what is the request made from the client, that all the information contained the request is an object, and then response what we can give to the front end, that all the functions contain the response object. It was automatically pass each and every route. That is the beauty of the thing. Then also we have here next function. This next function use for the middlewares. So if we are using some kind of middlewares in intermediate between the request callback function, we can use the next function to handle every middlewares. We will talk about in detail in future. So for now you only need to know about just to create the app.get. So get accepts two things. The first one is argument. The first argument is string. What is the route you need to serve? By default it was slash. The second one is callback function that accepts majorly two things. We don't worry about the next function, but you just know about it. Next also every callback function automatically serving. We just send something to front end. So we are using res.send. Res is an object that contain, we can send date, or we can send file, or we can send status. So if you are just hover it, you can see what is that actually mean, that function, what is actually doing. So I was sending example hello world to front end. Okay, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to kill my server and restart it again. Then after restarting, we need to open the browser, and what is the port we are running? 4000. Okay, so don't forget to run the app on the port number 4000. All right, so I'm going to run localhost. So here we need to type 4000. So by default when you are making the request, the server actually getting the root request. I already told you. So the root request was called our server. So that request was called. So our server catch the request and go to the callback function automatically and serve this content. So res send means we can send simple text, not big much. Successfully we are making our first API request. We will see in depth in detail the next video how to make it effective code, and how to, what is the best practice we need to keep it, and how to we can develop the more effective RESTful API by using Node.js. Thanks for the watching.